Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode on Greana's Essence. Today's topic is flying altitude of birds. For this, I would like to take the verse from Genesis chapter 1 verse 20. Genesis is the first book of Bible. Genesis chapter 1 verse 20. Then God said, "Let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens." The second line says, "Let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens." Now, what do you mean by firmament? It's a new terminology for many as it's not commonly used. The word is first mentioned in Genesis chapter 1 verse 6. On the second day of creation, God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Based on scientific evidence, we know that firmament is a thick expanse of air that covers the earth that we nowadays call the atmosphere. The atmosphere comprises of 5 layers. The lowest layer is called the troposphere, and it extends from the surface of the earth to a height of 7 kilometers at the poles and 17 kilometers at the equator. The outermost layer of the atmosphere is called the exosphere, and it extends to around 500 to 1000 and a maximum of 10,000 kilometers. So now, when we consider the Bible verse, it says that the birds fly across the face of the firmament, which practically means the birds have a capacity to fly at a height of about 7 kilometers from the surface of the earth to a maximum of 10,000 kilometers. As you look at the scientific research, the earliest study on birds was found by Aristotle at around 350 BC, which is around 2300 years ago from now, and they have studied about the aerodynamics of bird flight. However, the estimation of the altitude of birds' height began only during the 18th century. On the year 1973, a vulture collided with a commercial aircraft at Ivory Coast in Western Africa, and this incident happened at a height of about 37,000 feet from the surface of the earth, which is around 11 kilometers roughly, and this altitude was recorded by the pilot of the aircraft. As we previously saw in the verse, the firmament or the atmosphere is found at a height of about 11 kilometers from the earth. So this naturally coincides with the fact mentioned in the Bible that birds fly across the firmament. The vulture was also found out at the end of the incident with broken wings, and there is also scientific evidence it had 5 complete and 15 partial feathers. So this was published in the Wilson Bulletin in New York at the US National Museum of Natural History. Other reports also stated that some other birds were sighted at such altitudes of 8 kilometers over the Himalayas, and other vultures at around 7 kilometers high in other areas, which was also recorded in the National Fish and Wildlife Laboratory. So, the altitude that they mention is in the same range as that of the firmament, which is the atmosphere. This fact was already written in the Bible in Genesis, which was around 3,400 years ago. During that period, there was no scientific development. However, it had taken so many centuries for us humans to measure the bird's flying height. From these proofs, we could definitely state that the Bible consists of the truth about every creation, and one might bring out many solutions to hidden reality in the nature, which are still to be discovered through scientific research. So, follow me on Greana's Essence to find out